I want to welcome my first guest to the show. This guy is a fitness influencer, fitness modder, competitor. He'll tell you the whole dig, and he's a sponsored athlete by a supplement brand. Dillon, welcome to the show.
What's going on, Eric? Thank you for having me.
Much appreciated.
Appreciate it.
I want to thank you for taking the time out on Sunday. You know, everybody likes to have Sunday as their relaxed day and not really do anything. But I want to thank you for taking the time out and joining me in this
We're always
conversation.
working, brother. We're always working, brother. That's what we do, man.
Yep.
I got the gym planned after this, man. It's definitely not a relaxing Sunday. We're still getting after it.
Yeah, you could say going to the gym is relaxing. That's when how people get off to relieving stress, which we'll touch base in a little bit about that. But let's go
Oh
ahead
yeah,
and start. I came across Dillon, I believe. Truth, I can't really remember. I know you're a sponsored brand athlete from One Up Nutrition, based out of the Miami area in Florida.
yes
Um,
sir.
it might have been through another one of their athletes that I followed on Instagram, and I just came across yours, and also a video that One Up did when they were back doing YouTube videos at a
Yeah,
consistent time, but now they're not. They ghosted that. Um, but basically, I came across a video that they came across of you, and they did like a little sit down interview and bio of you on their YouTube channel, and that's what got me interested. I read about it, and then I went to your profile, your fitness profile, on Instagram, and I read about your little bio there and saw some of your videos and pictures, and I said, "This guy is a character. You know, this guy is truly genuine." But I dig his story overall, so that's when I
well, thank you,
began
brother.
following you.
Right
Um,
on, man.
and to be honest, today I found out that I wasn't following you anymore. So I wonder if my account has been hacked by the social media gods. I was like, "What?"
Ah,
I was
I've been
following your
seeing some
personal one,
strange
but
stuff.
not that, because I did post a couple of stuff that and what's hot going on right now in the news, but we're not going to discuss any of that. It's not about this. This conversation is not going to be about this. But anyways, so go ahead and introduce yourself. Let's just start in the background. How did you get involved with the fitness industry on your end?
Well, my name's Dylan Metre, and I got started working out since I was probably 15, 16 years old. I started working out at my military school that I got sent to. Growing up, I was a little bit of a rowdy child, so my grades were slipping in school. So my parents stepped in and sent me off to a school where I came back with a 3.7 GPA. I was eating like a horse and started working out there. And I came home and honed in my skills and started training more. And I was working at a gym part time, and slowly learning about personal training. And and I didn't get serious with working out and bodybuilding until about 21 years old. That's when I started getting into bodybuilding.
Yeah. Did we lose you?
And that and during that process is when I landed One of Nutrition as a sponsor. And after my first big show, I didn't place. I didn't do quite as well as I wanted to, but it was my first experience and everything. After that, I flew out to Miami, and that's when we filmed that video that you're talking about my past and everything. Um, and yeah, my fitness journey from there, kind of, that's when it like took off and the sponsorships started coming into play, and I started to see like some true traction in my fitness journey. But it was we suffered multiple injuries along the way. I got rear-ended in a car accident, had my entire shoulder blown out, and this was when I was 19 years old. Um, and full reconstructive surgery, torn labrum, blown out rear deltoid. I was missing bone fragments out of my shoulder socket. So when I had impact, my shoulder burst out through my rear delt so hard that the bone, the socket on the socket and the knuckle burst the socket back. So
Yeah.
I was missing bone
Oh.
fragments in the back of my shoulder socket, and it still clicks to this day. Um, and we had the full reconstructive surgery. Doctors told me I'll probably never lift weights again, and I was like, that that was that was probably the biggest like gut.
Yeah.
And I just went extra hard on myself, pushed myself even harder, like with the physical therapy, took it to a whole new level. I mean, all sorts of different exercises to just get muscle fibers to fire again. There was a time where I couldn't even feel my bicep because of the lacking my bicep. I could barely even like pick up a can, like a soup can of soup, like a
Yeah.
Campbell's soup can. Could barely even like squeeze that and pick it up. I mean, it was emasculating to say the least, and just totally like, wow, I feel useless right now. So like when you go through something like that, you get depression that sets in, you get all these other emotions that like basically like all the voices in your head saying stop, 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 like give up, give up, give up. And it's like that's when you tell yourself the exact opposite and push yourself through it. I just had to flip on that switch, and that's what pushed me to get to where I am today. If I didn't have the injury, if I didn't have the push and the fire under the ass, probably wouldn't be where I am today. It's our adversities that and how we handle adversity is what makes us what we are. So it was a tribulation, and we pushed through it, and that's what got me to where I am with One Up and some of the other sponsors that I'm working with today.
Yeah.
So
So how is it dealing with being a brand sponsor? How do you feel about the responsibilities and keeping up your image and all that stuff with it?
oh, it's cool. The image it's not so much like I have to keep up an image because I basically live that lifestyle anyways. As far as like health and nutrition, um, I definitely can't. With with some things like with my personality, I can get a little crazy sometimes. So I gotta watch what I say sometimes on the social media. Because like you say, these days it's a little crazy. You can offend a lot of people just by being goofy. But no, it's fun. It's cool to get companies that want you to display their product. It's nice to feel like that sense of, all right, cool, I got that look. But at the same time, it is a bit of a job sometimes managing my page and managing my sponsors and making sure everything's up to par. It is a little bit of like a dance,
Yeah.
but it's fun. It's cool. I'm fortunate and I'm blessed to have the sponsors that I have had and still do.
Yeah, I'm trying to get there, but in one day I'll get there when I get a little bit, into more in shape. But yeah, I do have a good relationship. I've spoken with Vadim and John, and prayers go out to John for what he's dealing with right now with his back injury and all that stuff that he's personally
Oh
sharing
yeah,
on his
he's torn
IG.
up, dude.
Yeah, so I if someone was to go into a supplement, not whether it be One Up or any other brands that are out there, and they're just curious about the supplement line, and first of all, to get an understanding that these are just supplement products. They're to supplement your workout. The
Yeah, it's
true,
not a magic pill.
yeah, there's no such thing out there yet, at least yet.
No.
But what would you say to say like what's the first product that someone must have in their supplement line in like say one in the powder format and then one in the pill format that they should take that will help them out with their workout as long as they're maintaining a consistent schedule working out.
Well, I would say, you know, a lot of people they're always focused about the workout and the workout and the workout, and they're not focused so much about what goes on behind the scenes, the dailies, the building blocks, the foundationals. So my in my preference, what I would rather somebody look at is okay, do they have a multivitamin that they offer, and what's in the multivitamin versus what's at your generic brand? Compare your amounts, your vitamin A, C, D, B, compare it, see what they have in theirs, and see what the generic has. And if it looks better, there's your answer right there. You want to compare and contrast. But I would say a men's multivitamin for men or female, multivitamin is crucial because that's how you start your day,
Yeah.
and then probably a post recovery shake of some form, protein, BCAs, or a carbohydrate shake.
Yeah, so I know what I know the major kick that has gone down because of our recent shutdown, our pandemic. Um, Basically, the hit was like like the multivitamins was the hit thing to get your vitamins to help with your immunity, and then also greens and reds and also like glutamine. So is that also a proper stack that a lot of people should go through? Because I that's what I've been doing. I've been drinking my greens and reds, my collagen, my glutamine, and I've been taking my multivitamin pack, and also I added in there zinc, and I hopefully it could get my hands on hydroxychloroquine, but we're not going to go there. But uh, but would you say
If
greens and
you ever
reds and
need it.
your immune health stack, would that be the essential too for anything?
Oh yeah, I mean that's just a daily for me. Those are all vitamins that I typically take on a daily basis. I post a lot about One Up Nutrition's line, and I'm not like here advertising their line, but that's just what I take. But I take a multivitamin. I take my omega 3s, my fish oil, which is good for my joints, immunity, all that. I also take a calcium, support because your bones. You never know if you're gonna break a bone. You don't know you're gonna walk across the street and break your ankle or something like that. Had you been taking some calcium, and you might be all right. And then yeah, glutamine's great. Just your typical multivitamins, that you need on a daily basis. Your daily essentials are going to be great for your immune system.
Yeah. So what kind of tools do you use to keep track of all this information? Do you have any like special tools? Will it be like a watch that people the fitness tracker watches, or an app like My
No,
Fitness Pal or anything like that?
no, I usually don't have any like watches or anything per se, like a timer set. I do keep a little fitness journal when I'm in prep and everything. I keep track of what I'm taking, when I'm taking it, what time I eat. But that's when I get into prep and I'm counting my meals every day. And right now I'm in a really flexible diet where basically I eat to where I'm full, and I eat proper, I eat clean, and I basically have 4 to 5, 6 meals a day with smaller portions, higher in protein and little lean in carbohydrates right now. But yeah, no, that's about it as far as keeping track. Journal, if I really want to if you want to get serious with it, keep a journal, keep when you eat, how you eat, and on the side, but if you feel sluggish, if you feel this way, if you are, what did I eat the day prior? Feel that made me feel that way. I should cut that out next time. And that's what will set your game up for success, in my opinion. When you keep track of something and you can see it, yeah, you'll see a lot more results. Um,
Okay, so how do you think people should manage a game back into gym? Because we are coming down from the shutdown. Gyms are starting to open up again. I know be careful with cautions to a lot of places, even though they may be opened up, whether it be 10% capacity or even to 100% capacity if you're in some of those other states out there. But about wearing masks and all that stuff, how do you think people can help with getting back to the gym? What should they start doing?
um, well, first off, if you're putting hand sanitizer on your hands after every machine you've touched, you're killing all the basic bacteria that's naturally on your body that fights germs. So like you want to keep the immune system high when you're going back into an environment that obviously people are sweating and stuff like that. But drink a lot of water, stay hydrated. When you first go back into something, pace yourself. Like with anything, don't jump into it. All right, 7 days a week, and I'm gonna burn the body. Like that's how you're gonna run the body down. So I would say pace yourself. If you're nervous, man, about the whole COVID thing, I would say invest in some at-home dumbbell sets or some at-home like workout bike. If you want to stay healthy and stay fit, get in the gym. Don't be scared. Don't be shy. That's how you get healthier, is by building the immune system and going in an environment where you just have to work hard, and that's what's building the immune system. There's some one way and one way only. There's no magic pill that's going to make your liver work harder. There's no magic pill that's going to make your kidneys break things down better. There's no magic pill that's going to allow you to drink alcohol and drink whatever you want. So you have to work hard. It's natural. It's a natural thing, and clean up after yourself, wipe down your machine, do your due diligence, but don't make it a thing. Just go and get after it. That's what I would say to people right now.
Yeah.
If they're looking to get fit again and they're worried about it, don't worry. You were working out before. What stopped you then?
Yeah, invest in yourself. That's the best investment you can make in. Because if you don't have yourself, you don't have your health, then you can't worry about anything else around you.
Right.
So
health is wealth, man. Your longevity is key, and if you're not taking care of your body, you're not gonna live a long life.
Yeah.
It's that simple.
Yeah. I'm trying to do everything I can. You've probably seen some pictures on my IG. I've went through pretty much the stage, and I shared some of the electronics I have invested in to measure my my fitness. Actually, I just right before this conversation, I just purchased a wristwatch because I had the Fitbit Versa 2 before, and it would burn my skin on the wrist. It would leave like a burn mark on my skin, to like an ultra bad sunburn on my skin from the Versa 2. And they said
that's sketchy.
Yeah, they said don't tighten it in when you put it on your wrist. Don't put it so tight where it's really tight and pressing against your skin. I didn't. I had it where it's loose, and I noticed that when I slept with it, because it's on the side of my wrist, that's where the burn mark was. So I had to take it off, and it took maybe a week for it to heal. And now, if anybody wants a Versa 2, and it had Alexa built in, it had Spotify and everything, it was a good thing, and it was cheaper than the Apple Watch, which is almost $600. But I just bought a generic scan watch right now for $69 from a reputable brand, Withings, and I have other health and fitness stuff I track Withings. I have the blood pressure monitor from Withings. I have their Thermos temperature monitor thermometer that I take every morning and every evening before I go to bed. And then I have what else? I have their sleep mat that's underneath my mattress that measures my sleep and heart rate and everything.
Oh wow, you got it all, man.
Yep, and it measures your snoring. So because I'm in the position for myself to where I am in a considered an obese level of health, and so I'm trying to keep all the measurements going. And if you're going to start, I feel like after watching you and some other fitness influencers that I follow, that I keep tracking, I make sure they're the right people to do it, not just Joe Blow Fitness kind of person out there trying to sell training manuals and all that stuff, and they're not certified. But I want to measure my health out right, too.
I don't even have a training manual for sale, dude. I just put out content and try to help people. That's it.
Yeah, I do. And how do you also? I guess by saying training manual, but how do you manage your fitness and keeping the fitness with the work you do? Because I know you're a licensed electrician.
Yeah. So I mean, now since COVID happened, I've totally transitioned away from box gyms and gyms in general. I still go to a gym. I'm fortunate there is a gym here in the South Bay that has stayed open during this time, and he's awesome. He's amazing for doing it, and we're just pumped to be able to work out there. No mask, and so but I was an F45 head trainer, and I was also one of the lead trainers at another facility. And once COVID hit, everything shut down, and my salary went from here to like there,
Yeah.
And it's a client based salary, and I wasn't ready to scale my business online, and I wasn't in the steps to do it, and I in all honesty, didn't really want to. I don't want to be that buy my ebook online or buy this training manual and just sending training manuals online. Yeah, that sounds great. Cool. You want to make some money off doing that. That's fine. But I'd rather work with people in person. And that was kind of what I enjoyed. That's why I did it. That's why I loved it. But I always grew up in the trade. I was working as an electrician with my father since could hold tools. While I was in fitness and everything, I told you my background. During all that, I was working at SpaceX as a technician. I worked at Virgin Orbit, and my father and our company spearheaded their launch program. We built their company basically from the ground up. As far as their electrical program, we did all the new power, brought in service, brought in the gear and everything like that for the beginning of their company. And then from there, we went to Revo. I've worked at prototype companies for Hyperloop systems. Yeah, as an electrician. So I've done a lot of aerospace electrical. And so that's a good career. It's a good job. So when everything in the whole COVID thing hit, I was hurting. I even had to list my motorcycle for sale. I did that. And One of my buddies reached out to me. He was like, you still got your bags? I was like, yeah, of course, bro. He's like, put them on next week. We're going to start, And so from there, I jumped on with this other contractor, and I've been working under him back at some of the same facilities. So it's been good. I've been able to transition and actually make a lot more money during this, for the duration of this, so-called pandemic. A pandemic, you have to have 4% of the population or so die, and only 0.5 or so has. So and yeah, when you look at statistics. But anyways, when that all happened, the gym shut down, so I had to transition back into the trade. Which is great. I love it. It's going to facilitate what I want to do later on in the fitness industry, which is open an youth outreach program.
Yeah.
Where I work with basically teenagers that were like myself, that were rowdy, couldn't pay attention in school, had attention problems, focus issues, anger issues that had they put into boxing, working out, playing sports, archery, anything, man, anything, fine-tune themselves, had they found an outlet, they might have done a lot better and gone down a better road. Yeah. Those are the kids that I want to work with. And so I think that my electrical career will most likely facilitate that. And potentially my bodybuilding and maybe a modeling gig one day. I land a fitness cover. I've never put that off of the cards. That's these are all dreams and passions that I chip at and refuse to quit at, and that's yeah. I don't know where I was going.
Yeah.
Went on a tangent.
Yeah, that's okay. Hey, there's no real format to my podcast, man. We just keep it open, have a general conversation, and all that stuff. But you transitioned to what you were going to do in the future already without me having to ask it, so that's okay. What do you want to do in the future? Okay, well, thanks for helping.
Hey, so there you go.
All right, well, I want to thank you, Dillon. Well, I guess we're just there. I guess my goal, just to let you know, to end this, is that I eventually want to chip away, getting better in health and all that stuff. And I looked at, I look at some of the content just as motivation, just say, I got to keep going, no matter how small of a content you put out there or how big a content you put out there or whatever. And, of course, I got some future ties that I'm about to do in roughly around 4 years. I got to file my paperwork and not to get political, but yeah, know,
Well, no,
possible.
I see you. I follow you, man. I follow you, and I love your passion, and I love what you're about. So,
Yeah,
I know that with that passion, you will succeed. If you carry that passion, you carry that focus into your health and fitness, dude. You'll be unstoppable, bro. Unstoppable. I mean, it it goes without saying, the effort that you put forth, like I saw you when you were posting in F45 and everything. When the gyms were open, you were there, you were going after it, you're trying to do it. So this, I don't know what your situation's like up there, but it sounds like you got a little spot to work out at. If you have the opportunity, I know you're getting after it, and that's all it takes.
yeah,
It's a turtle race, not a rabbit race.
yeah.
That's one of my favorite sayings to people, and they hate it, but
Yeah, right now my main thing right now, to be honest, is actually to get the finances straight. You know, because I took a
yeah,
hate dive and my emergency fund is gone down there. And in the meantime, I did supplement by
all
doing
of us, man.
some startup companies that came out here, like a nutrition store that's a startup. So I'm helping them out. They're privately owned and they got some exclusive, brands in there that like the corporates don't carry, kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I'm helping them out, and then I also on the other side I help people out with their finances. I get them organized and out of debt and all that stuff, and I'm chipping into being needing that myself because I've dipped into my emergency fund and doing my side gigs as being an essential worker, driving for the driver apps that don't pay more than like $50 a day. So that's why I'm living here in San Jose. Here is one of the most expensive places to live in the country, Silicon Valley. So basically, I'm managing it and trying to, and that's my main
Yeah.
focus right now. Before continuing and investing in being able to say, okay, do I want to be able to budget in, say, like $10 a month into a local little gym,
Right.
to do that. So, and which I might, especially I don't. Do I want to take consideration if I'm going to be having to wear a mask in there or not, or do I just claim HIPAA?
No,
And
find a place that isn't doing it if you can, and if not,
no, there's no places around here that are doing it because a lot of the gyms around here are corporate. We got Crunch Fitness that just opened up. We got Fitness 19. We got 24-hour Fitness, and then we got Villa Sport, and we got City Sports, which is LA Fitness.
I see people going in there and just pulling that shit down, but even that, it's just like that's the whole act of it to me.
Yeah,
But
yeah. So, but anyways, that's what I'm going. So, all right, I want to thank Dillon for coming in and sharing his story with me, and everybody out there who may be on a journey to whether decide to go fitness or whether and what you can do about it. So, thanks, Dillon, for joining me.
no worries, Eric. Hope you have a great day, brother. Thanks
All
for
right,
having me on the podcast, dude.
you too. All right, have a good one.
All right, later,
Bye.
brother.